There are 7 places in Nebraska that you can go right now, even if your business is not doing well. You need assistance, you need consulting, you're not sure you can afford it, you need help, and help is nearby. My name is Lynn Hinderocker, and you're watching Next Biz Success, the video podcast for entrepreneurs who need to succeed. I'm going to introduce you to Odie Ingersoll. He's out in the Kearney, Nebraska area. He works with the NB, Nebraska Business Development Center, and he has some services and resources you won't believe. Thanks for joining us on NBS.
Lynn, nice to be with you today.
Pleasure to have you. Nebraska Business Development Center is all over the state. Why should I care? If I have a little business that's kind of slugging along, not doing that well, maybe I get hit by an emergency or a financial crisis, how do you figure in my life? I wouldn't have even thought about calling you until I met you today.
You know, it's interesting that you say that. I used to be a business owner for about 20 years in Kearney. Didn't even know NBDC existed until I needed to refinance my business. Found them and really found everything that they could offer, and now I work for them. Really, we're a one-stop shop, if you will. That term's used a lot. But we can really offer services for businesses, whether they're starting, whether they're in operation, they want to expand, or even if they want to exit the business.
Wow, that's a full continuum right there of needs that you serve.
It is, and we're free, and business owners like that word.
F-R-E-E, okay? We're trying to make sure everybody hears that. You're like a management consulting firm. You do planning, you solve problems, you help people get started, and businesses that are dying, you can inject some new optimism and a new strategy into their business, right?
Well, we can certainly try to help, yes. We'll work with them on a business plan. Maybe it's a loan restructuring or refinancing that they need. If you're buying or starting a business, we'll work with you on a complete loan package. We can offer premium market research. I've just been working actually with a new grocery store that's opening in a rural community. They're going to service a large area, a great project, about $1.5 million, and we did the business plan, we did the loan package, we did some of the market research for them, everything that they needed, and they went in and got successfully financed. Wow.
And that's in a small rural area in Nebraska. And so that'd be a classic startup kind of service that you would provide, right?
That's right.
All right, let's go to the other end. Let's say, for instance, a mature small business needs assistance, or they're really getting falling apart. Some bad things are happening. Can you give me an example of the kind of things you do for those kinds of people?
We're going to come in alongside of them and really see how they've operated their company, and then we're going to start doing in-depth analysis financially first to see how they compare with the industry.
Okay.
We're going to look for opportunities that they could improve their services,
okay.
And if they need to refinance, most importantly, we're going to try and get that deal done so they can get to the bank, maybe get some additional monies to operate their business, or maybe spread their payments over a longer period of time and get their cash flow up.
Right, right, right. Now, those are all easy things to say, but the fact of the matter is, if many businesses, if a business is not doing well, you know, there's a limited number of options for those kinds of companies, are there not? I mean, do you pull out untraditional things? Do you go try to find a buyer of those people, or do you just provide psychological counseling? Because I think you have some insight into the psychology of the entrepreneur as well, don't you?
Well, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs feel like they're defined by their business, and if they're successful, they feel really good about themselves. If they're struggling, they internalize it. They don't ask for help when they should. The worst thing that a business owner can do is put off asking for help, because oftentimes they wait too long until nothing can be done. You know, so anyone listening, they need to get with us early. Let's take a look and see what they look like. Everything's confidential. No one's going to know that they're talking with us, and let's see how we can help them.
Is it often a problem that they didn't really see, or do they come to you and say, I think I got a problem, and they focus you on financing or operations or personnel or maybe their market that they serve? Are they usually way off and have no clue, or do they usually have a pretty darn good sense of what the real problem is?
You know, it really runs the gambit, and it depends what their own skills are as a business owner. But a lot of times entrepreneurs know when something's wrong. They're optimists, so they think it's going to get better. They feel like it's going to get better, and they just want to hang in there. And unfortunately, they hang in there sometimes too long by themselves.
Right.
So they need to ask for help early.
Now, you have 2 different kinds or tiers of service. Obviously, one is free. I made a big deal about that earlier. Then you also have premium services. Tell me what those are and why they're different and worth paying for.
Sure. Well, the premium services we offer are business valuation services.
Okay.
I'm doing 3 of those right now. We offer them across the state from Scottsbluff to Omaha.
Okay.
We also offer manufacturing assistance. We can help manufacturers be more efficient, improve their productivity, as well as their bottom line. We have a division in Omaha that does website development, and can assist with that type of branding.
Wow.
And then we also do exit strategies where we come alongside existing businesses and help them plan for the most efficient exit that they can utilize at the time that they want to get out of their business.
Yeah, wow, that's an enhanced menu of services for sure. Is there anything you don't do? Is anytime somebody walks in and says, "I got this," say, we don't work with that? Anything that you don't touch?
There's not a lot. I would tell you that we don't do grants because there really, in our mind, is not a lot of free money out there.
Sure.
But we will try and structure a deal from as many different components as far as available funds as possible to get a deal done.
What's your personal, do you have a team of people? It seems like you'd be personally a really busy guy if you're running around valuing companies and helping people with these heavy problems and so on. Do you have a team of associates? Are they specialists, or is everybody as good as Odie Ingersoll?
Well, we have very capable directors located throughout the 7 centers. The experience is going to vary from center to center.
Sure.
A lot of my experience is in management and marketing. We have others that have a accounting background. We have some very capable individuals that are very skilled working with manufacturing companies. Mm-hmm. So we draw on each other's skills. But primarily we're going to be 1 or 2 person offices, and that allows us to work very closely one-on-one with our clients.
Okay, and your relationship with the university system in Nebraska, just help us understand that.
Well, we're located with the university system as part of the Small Business Development Network, just simply because of the additional resources universities, state colleges provide. We have access to greater resources. There are opportunities where we can maybe bring faculty in or students on a project. So it's a good working relationship. It helps the university, and it also helps us reach out to the larger public. You
mentioned on your premium services a little bit earlier that you provide research and even some expanded or enhanced research. One of the things I've noticed with small businesses is they tend to really not understand their market as in a detailed fashion as they should. Tell us briefly, what are these expanded research services that are available here?
Well, because we do business valuation, we have to have access to premium market research. We can provide them with industry reports as well as financial reports that are really going to show them the direction of the entire industry as a whole, as well as give them a snapshot of how other companies' balance and income and loss statements look, so they can kind of compare their own and maybe see some weaknesses or some opportunities for improvement.
How helpful to be able to know, because you know it's amazing as an entrepreneur, you're stretched so many areas, but you find yourself over focusing on your individual functional area and your little market niche, and you're not really aware sometimes, as I've learned, how the industry around you is changing and what your competitors are doing.
That's right.
Yeah, so the norms are not easily understood. That is so invaluable. Thank you very much, Odie, with the Nebraska Business Development Center here in Kearney, Nebraska, but they're all over the state of Nebraska, an invaluable resource, and not just for those of you that kind of want to play around with a new idea or get started, but those of you that are struggling with your core business and trying to revitalize it. It's a fabulous resource. Take advantage of it. My name is Lynn Hinderacher. This is Next Biz Success. Keep on going and keep on growing.